Sony වසර 3ක වගකීම සමග සිංගවෙතින්ම පමණයි.
In an article titled How China Got Sri Lanka to Cough Up a Port, published by the New York Times by Maria Abi Habib, scrutinized the manner in which the Hambantota Harbour, also known as the Magampura Mahinda Rajapaksa port, came into fruition during the regime of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa. The article used this particular project as an example of, quote, China's ambitious use of loans and aid to gain influence around the world and of its willingness to play hardball to collect, unquote. Furthermore, the New York Times states that during the 2015 elections, large payments from the Chinese Port Construction Fund flowed directly to campaign aids and activities of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa, which was confirmed by documents and cash checks detailed in a government investigation claimed to have been seen by the media outlet. It adds that at least $7.6 million was dispensed from China Harbour's account at Standard Chartered Bank that affiliates the former president's campaign. This has sparked a wide debate across several platforms, with views expressed by several factions, with some even taking the matter up to the Financial Crimes Investigation Division. Following the release of the article, Deputy Minister of Social Empowerment Ranjan Ramanayaka filed a complaint with the FCID yesterday, calling for the continuation of the investigation and challenged the former president to provide an affidavit, stating that they did not receive the said amount by the said Chinese companies. Meanwhile, speaking to media today, the minister said that he spoke with the journalist who wrote the article and she confirmed to him that the information revealed in the expose was taken directly from a B report given by the CID. Today, the National Movement of Web Journalists filed another complaint with the FCID and called for further investigations into the dealings between the former government and China Harbour. Meanwhile, speaking to Ada Derana, the head of the political section of the Embassy of China in Sri Lanka, said they are aware of the article and see it as biased as well as factually incorrect. They added that since this is a commercial issue, the embassy will not make any further comments regarding the article. Speaking to First at 9, Executive Director of Transparency Sri Lanka, Asok Obesekara, said that there should be full disclosure in campaign financing in order to ensure transparency.
China Harbour Engineering Company is a very significant party in state contracts in Sri Lanka, as we've seen with the port city, amongst other developments. But when we're looking at donations, according to the law, the question is anything incorrect? I mean, there's very few restrictions on how money can be given as campaign donations. And we've seen it recently as well. Even with perpetual treasuries, it's essential that there needs to be, at the very least, disclosure around campaign finance, so that individuals can know and the public can know who has donated money or in-kind benefits to candidates. The fact that it is a state-controlled enterprise in China that may be also providing this is also problematic in the sense that a different sovereign state financially supporting an election in another sovereign country, it is concerning. There's a term that's sometimes used which is called being a vassal state.
Experts also point out the importance of having a principled and accountable relationship amongst countries.
Obviously, China is a key economic partner, and I would say that there have actually been, in more recent years, attempts to balance Chinese economic influence, and that's important for Sri Lanka to continue that rebalancing and pursue a more neutral foreign policy that is also based on principle.
The nexus between politics and business is never going to come to an end. So we need to ensure that it is an accountable relationship. So we also need to think about whether, if we're serious about corruption, whether we need to exact higher standards on those we have to interact with and transact with.